Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today, I'm going to be teaching my 60-year-old dad how to strengthen his pelvic floor. Now, my dad only just found out he had a pelvic floor thanks to me. So today, we're gonna go over how to do a contraction, where to feel the contraction, and most importantly, how many Kegel exercises he should be doing every day so that he can strengthen his pelvic floor in the shortest amount of time possible. Now, without further ado, let's go meet our guest of honor. Come on. All right, our guest of honor, YouTube community, meet my dad, Tom. Tom, say hi to everyone.
Hi, everybody.
Okay, now, growing up, were you ever taught about your pelvic floor? Did you know what your pelvic floor was until I started specializing in this area?
Not at all.
No. Would you say that most guys in your situation and in your age group would probably fall in that same bucket?
Oh, I'm sure.
Probably.
Yeah.
So, okay. Now, as you know, and as you've expressed to me, when you reach a certain age and you start getting older, you start getting problems with dribbling after you go to the bathroom. So after peeing, you're waking up multiple times per night to go pee. You are not emptying your bladder fully. The list goes on. And I think it's safe to say, like, for most guys, they just assume that this is the normal part of aging. Would you not agree?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. And as guys, I think we just learn to accept that situation and yeah, just kind of move on with it. Okay, so that's the point of today's video. We're gonna teach you how to strengthen your pelvic floor muscles so that you can empty your bladder fully, so that you can get rid of the annoying urine dribble and leakage after you finish urinating. And also, Kegel exercises and strengthening your pelvic floor is also going to help strengthen your erections. Talk about a win-win-win. So I'm gonna teach my dad how to do it. Let's get into it. So Dad, if you don't mind, I'm gonna have you lying on the couch. So come on over here. I want head down that way. So when we're thinking about Kegel exercises and strengthening our pelvic floor, especially if you're just learning about your pelvic floor and you haven't done one of these before, the position that we start in is the most important. Now, because it's a bit of a foreign exercise and you can't see your pelvic floor muscles, we want to start in a position that's going to be the easiest to feel the contraction, the lying down position. So I'm going to come over here. You comfortable?
Yep.
You nervous?
Not at all.
Don't worry, this is not your prostate check.
Okay, good.
On that note, if you are a guy watching this video, you need to go get your prostate checked. Go to your doctor, get a routine prostate check, get some blood work, get your PSA checked, because there is a massive difference between enlarged prostate and prostate cancer, and it's always better to know. And if you have an enlarged prostate, it's probably what is the culprit behind a lot of these issues. Do you get your prostate checked?
I do.
Good man. Okay, so what we're going to do, you are starting in the lying down position. Now you already have your knees bent, which is great. You want to have your knees bent up because it gives you good access to your perineum. And the perineum is the space of skin underneath your scrotum, in between your scrotum and your anus. And that's essentially the middle point for your pelvic floor and where you can feel the contraction. So I want you all lying down, knees bent up, just like my dad. Bring your left foot in a little bit more. Good. And now spread the knees out a little bit wider. Excellent. What you're going to do, are you left-handed or right-handed?
Right-handed.
Right-handed. So you're going to take two fingers like this. So take two fingers, index finger, middle finger. Now I want you to place it underneath, over top of your perineum. So come just off your scrotum. Yep, so lift it up and press into the skin as if you're taking a pulse. So you want to hold the fingers there. Can you feel the skin?
Yep.
Good. Now, in other videos, I've told you to have your fingers directly on the skin, and this one, obviously we don't want this video taken off YouTube. So my dad's gonna keep his pants on and he's gonna have the fingers over top of the shorts. That's fine. Press up with a good amount of firmness so that you can feel the skin, and you're gonna keep your fingers there. All right, so now Dad, left hand, I want it over top of your stomach. So, yep, down here. The reason why we want the hand over top of the stomach is you don't wanna feel these muscles contract, okay?
Okay.
So, when you do a Kegel's contraction, which I'm gonna teach you and talk you through in a moment, you wanna make sure that your stomach's staying nice and relaxed, and on your right hand, you should feel a bit of a bulging out underneath those two fingers, okay?
Yep.
So you're gonna close your eyes. Good, and just relax and breathe for a second, making sure that everything's nice and relaxed and nothing's stressed and tense. What I'm gonna have you do next, don't do it yet, but I'm gonna have my dad take a big breath in and then breathe out. You relax the stomach on the way out. At the end of the breath, so when all the air is out of the lungs, That's when you contract your pelvic floor. And you do that by trying to stop the flow of urine. Now, as guys, we've all done that party trick standing in front of the urinal. You're gonna try to stop the flow of urine and then relax it again. Does that make sense, Dad?
It does.
Okay, let's get started. So follow my instructions. Big breath in. I wanna see that stomach raise up. And breathe out slowly. Relax, relax. Now stop the flow of urine. Contract and relax. Good, and breathe again normally. That's it, so that's it, slow the breath. Good, another big breath in, all the way. And now breathe out. You're focusing on these two fingers. Stop that flow of urine, and now let it go. Good. Okay, now look at me, you can open your eyes. In your words, do your best to explain what were you feeling underneath those two fingers when I had you stop the flow of urine and then relax?
There's a muscle tightening down there.
So you can feel it tightening,
I can feel it tightening.
kind of like a tension.
Yeah.
Could you feel it turn off as well?
Yes.
Okay, that's a really important part, guys. The reason why I had my dad close his eyes is because you wanna be able to feel it contract, so you squeeze to stop the flow of urine, and then you also wanna feel it release. That release is really important to make sure that you're getting that overall control. So Dad, this is called the simple kegels contraction. You're lying down, so you are working across the plane of gravity instead of gravity pressing down on your bladder. So if I were to stand up here, and if I were to try to do a standing kegels contraction, I have gravity pressing down on my bladder, which means that my pelvic floor, it's really tight and it's trying to hold on for dear life while I'm trying to lift it up. That makes it a much more difficult position to master, but it is still super important to add into the overall exercise program, which I'm gonna take you through in a minute and tell you a little bit more. Now, Dad, another cue that I wanna go through, we're gonna do another one, but I wanna see if you have a better connection with another saying. So I want you to close your eyes, two fingers in place. Remember, over top the perineum, you're pressing up with the finger beds, not the fingertips, and you're holding. Because if you can't feel it, you're probably not doing it correctly. So make sure you get those fingers there every time. So instead of saying, hey, stop the flow of urine, I'm gonna say, lift your nuts up to your guts, okay? So big breath in, let's see the stomach raise up. That's it. Breathe out slowly. Good. At the end of the breath, lift your nuts to your guts and let it go. Good, one more, big breath in. Good, breathe out, keep those eyes closed, relaxed. At the end, lift the nuts up to the guts, relax. Good, okay, now relax there for a sec. Tell me, could you feel the contraction stronger when I said stop the flow of urine or lift your nuts to your guts?
Lift your nuts to your guts.
So that one was better for you?
Yeah.
Really? So did that just help you visualize like that pelvic floor lifting up?
Yes.
Well, there you go. That's the beauty behind actually teaching someone for a video instead of me doing it myself. I take it for granted because I teach people every day, but you heard it here from Tom, my dad, that different cues are going to help different people. So when you're doing this contraction right now while we're doing it, even if you're sitting in your office chair or you're lying on your own couch while you're watching this video, I want you to try both cues. So again, the first one was stop the flow of urine, let it go. And then the second one was lift your nuts to your guts, let it go. And after you do those two cues, you wanna see which cue gave you the strongest contraction, and that's the one that you're gonna go with. So Dad, you found lift your nuts up to your guts, that's your cue point.
That's right.
Okay, now that I showed you and taught my dad how to do the pelvic floor contraction, also known as a Kegels contraction, we're gonna get a close-up on where you should be feeling it. Because it's a lot different from strengthening your biceps. Strengthening your biceps, you'd grab a pair of dumbbells and you'd start doing dumbbell curls. You can see and you can feel the contraction. With this, it's where it gets complicated because you can't see the muscles. So I'm gonna have the camera come on over here. Where my dad has his two fingers, that is your perineum. So it's the piece of skin, again, in between the scrotum and the anus. So you lift the scrotum up, two fingers go onto the skin, you hold it there. This is how you feel the contraction. You should feel the muscle bulging out, tightening, sucking in It doesn't matter, as long as you feel something underneath these two fingertips, that's how you know you're on the right spot for every contraction. Thanks, Dad. Let's sit up for me. I took my dad through a simple kegels contraction. That is just the tip of the iceberg of what you need to do to strengthen up your pelvic floor, to fully empty your bladder, to get rid of any urine dribble and leakage, to stop frequent urination, so you running back and forth to the bathroom, which, as you know, that increases as you start to get older. And finally, to help you get stronger erections, you need to be doing 3 different contraction types and in 3 different positions: simple contractions, power contractions, endurance contractions. Now that all sounds really complicated, but I've actually made it really easy for you. And I've put together a pelvic floor strengthening program for beginners. You can download it, you can print it out, you can save it to your phone, and you can follow it every single day, just like a gym program. I've made it super easy. It takes you less than 3 minutes a day, and I progress you gradually over the span of 8 weeks. So I know that sounds like a long time, but that's how long it's gonna take to get the results that you're looking for and to strengthen it up. Now, what you can do is you can click the link in the description and in the comment section below to go check it out. I've made it extremely affordable. And if you use the code word Kegel, so Kegel, it's gonna save you another 15%. So again, you can check that out in the description and in the comment section below if you wanna support us or if you wanna get the results you're looking for. That wasn't so bad, was it?
No, not at all.
There you go. We're learning. Now, tell everyone about our gentleman's agreement.
Oh, the gentleman's agreement. Well, if you like what you saw and you want more in the future, click the subscribe button and help join the community and get more videos.
Absolutely. Well said.
Thank you.
The gentleman's agreement is our virtual handshake agreement. If you're enjoying the content and if you want to support me and my dad, who is my biggest supporter, please hit that subscribe button. It helps you to promote our channel to men across the world that need more help as well. And as you guys know, as men, sometimes we don't like talking about these issues, and sometimes watching a video is that entry point for a lot of people getting some help. Thank you everyone so much for watching. And remember, regardless of your situation, keep going, and we'll see you in the next video.
Bye.
Bye. Nice work.